Welcome to the Hardy Mom Podcast. My mom has tips and tricks to help you live well with health challenges. She'll even tell you how to get your kids to help out. Wait, what?
Has this ever happened to you? The kids are home, the house is messy. There's laundry to do and dishes to wash and dinner to make, and you feel run. You need help, but the kids don't seem to notice the mess at all and don't really feel like lifting a finger to help. Well, I have got a cleaning hack so easy a 2-year-old can do it. Would you believe me if I told you that all of your kids, or your child, if you have one, can help you start cleaning up today? When you ask your kids to help you clean up, do they run for the hills? Do they whine? Do they just ignore you? Have you ever wondered how to get your kids to pick up? I have got the solution that will have them helping you today. And it's as simple as counting as high as their age. That's it. It's called Pick Up Your Age. Let me tell you something. You don't need to look at that mess anymore. And they really can start noticing. And I've had so many moms ask me how I get my kids to pick up. I came up with this tool when I had 4 little ones at home. The place always seemed to look like a toy box exploded, and I had to figure out how in the world to get my kids to pick up. Using this tool, not only will they help you out, but they'll know they're going to be doing some cleaning eventually, and they might not leave out as many things. It's that easy. And you can start doing this with your child as young as 2 years old. So here's how it goes. Start in the room you're in. Tell each child that they need to pick up their age, and they're going to put things where they go, not just in another place. This part's important because otherwise they're just going to be moving stuff from one spot to the next, and your house will be messier than it was before. Also, there are certain children that will listen to you and pick up things and put them away just like they're supposed to, and you may have some kids that pick up things and hide them under a bed. So just be sure that if they're taking things to another room, you oversee it the first few times and be gentle but firm with them and let them know where things are supposed to go. Sometimes they honestly don't know where they're supposed to be going. And I know if there's a big pile of things to put away, my kids get really overwhelmed. So if an entire house is a mess or an entire room, let's say you're starting in your living room, and you've got stuff on the coffee table and stuff on the side table and stuff on the couch and some on the floor and something by the fireplace, and your kids look in there and they freeze, or you freeze. It's a little bit overwhelming sometimes. Just say, okay, everybody take a deep breath. We're going to start on the floor because we got to be able to walk through the room, right? So you're going to start with your age on the floor and don't even notice anything else. And so if your child is 6, they're going to pick up 6 different things. It doesn't have to be at a time. It can be one at a time. And they're going to put them where they go. Now, what if they don't know where they go? Then you tell them. What if you don't have a place for it to go? Well, let me tell you. I have really been getting into organizing, and I'm going to talk about some of the ways I organize things on future episodes because it's really helped me out. You know that old saying, a place for everything and everything in its place? Well, I've been working on that here, and it really helps me, especially since I don't feel good. So everything has got a spot where it goes. When I can, I label it because that way my husband and my kids can find the destination. And it makes everything a lot easier. So if you don't have a place for things to go, let's say you're in the living room and your kids have toys everywhere, but there's really not a home for them. You've got a couple choices. Number 1, you can say, okay, they're going to go under X table, right? At least they're out of the way. Or in this corner. That's where all your toys are going to go. Now, you could go to get containers, like at the Container Store, if you want to spend $20 for a shoebox size container. And if you have got the budget to do that, go for it and organize your house. But that's not my budget. So I went to the Dollar Tree and they actually had some pretty large buckets and they were $1. I know prices of the Dollar Tree are going up, but it's still going to be cheaper than anybody else. So I just went and got a few containers. The ones in my living room are actually from IKEA because they had beautiful big buckets that matched my living room for like $5.99. So IKEA is a great place to find some storage things. For today, just pick a spot or get an old box if you've got one. But in the future, I'm telling you, even if it's Dollar Tree, find a place to organize things. But let's start with a young child. If you've got a 2 to 5-year-old, okay, just tell them, okay, you're going to pick up, if you're 2, you're going to pick up 2 of your toys and put them in the box. And the younger they are, the harder it is in certain ways, because if they're not used to that, but you just help them, like walk them over to the toy box. This is what we're going to do. If you kind of turn it into a game, like let's see how many things we can pick up. Little kids can get into that and they can clear a whole room. I'm telling you, if you make it fun, or maybe you have a little reward for them, they're going to get super into it. Older kids might not get so much into it, but they still can do it. Elementary school age, same thing. If you're 8, you put away 8 things. If you're 10, you put away 10 things. Teenagers, I do the same thing because they're older, and A, it helps you clean out a room a lot faster, and B, it doesn't take them that much time and energy. If you're having a rough day and you're not feeling well, it takes you a lot of time and energy. So in our home, we do pick up your age every single day. We don't do it in every room. They only have certain rooms that they have to pick up their age in, or sometimes I'll say, find the messiest room, or find the messiest 2 rooms, or these are the rooms. But some days, or if we have company, they pick up their age in every single room. And once they get into the swing of it, like maybe you say, okay, on every school day, you're going to pick up your age in the living room. Then when they come home from school, maybe they won't dump their stuff anymore. Maybe they'll just put it away, because there's nothing that makes them happier when you say pick up your age than when they get to say, there's not that many things out. And when you get to that point, it feels so good. So if you're starting out and you need a little motivation, sometimes for little kids, you can make up a little sticker chart. Again, you can just go to the Dollar Tree and get a paper for $1 and stickers for $1 and write out a little chart. You can buy a fancy one online. You can do all kinds of little things, or M&Ms for little kids, 1 M&M or like 1 little candy for doing their job. Some people call it bribery. Some people call it motivation. We choose to look at it like motivation, so you can do something like that. Now, what about older kids? They're not going to be motivated maybe by a sticker or an M&M, but you can just remind them if they are refusing to do things, because let's face it, sometimes older kids think that they don't have to do the things that you tell them to do. But as someone who has raised 5 teenagers that are now adults, I can tell you that you do have ways of making them listen. So it is okay for you to say, you do this job, or you don't get to play your video games, or do whatever. And if you don't want to make it negative, okay, instead of saying like, I'm going to take this away if you don't do it, just say, hey, would you like to play video games for 1 hour or 30 minutes or whatever? And they say yes, then say, okay, great. We're going to do this thing. And then you get that thing you want. If this is a new thing for you, it's going to be hard. I have talked to so many parents whose kids don't listen to them at all. They can't get to them to do anything they want. They never help out at the house and do what they're supposed to do. But I'm going to tell you, you're the mom. You're paying for things. You're taking care of things. You're the one who's probably provided a lot of the things that they want to do. And you do get to say whether or not they do them. And everyone needs to be a contributing member of the house. They may not be used to that, but they really should be. And let me tell you why. When your child turns 18, they may stay with you for the next 18 years, but they also, at that point, will be able to move out. And by the time they turn 18, you need to have taught your child to cook for themselves, to clean up after themselves, to do their own laundry, to pay bills and be responsible with money, or at least understand how money works. You really do. And I know a lot of parents feel so guilty because their kids, so-and-so doesn't have to, or no one else has to, or nobody else helps, and everybody else's mom does this. And let me tell you something. Even if that's true, I don't think it's right. your kid needs to help. They are a contributing member of your family, and especially if you're not feeling good. I know that sympathy with my older kids ran pretty low. I'm going to be quite honest. They did not understand what was happening with me because I have invisible illnesses, and sometimes it looked like I was fine, and I just wanted to lay around and make them work. And that isn't the truth of it, but it is how they felt. And if that is how your children feel, please don't let them make you feel guilty. You know how you feel. You know what you can do. And here's the great thing about picking up your age. It's completely age appropriate. They can do it at any stage that they're at. And also, it doesn't take very long, but it can make such a world of difference. So check it out, and I think you'll like it. And I've got a bonus hack to clean up. And we're going to go over this one a little bit more. But if you've got a room that is just in complete chaos and you're so stressed out, it could be your whole house, but we're just going to go with one room because let's face it, every one of us gets like this. We just took a week-long vacation, and for a week while I was recovering from my vacation, my whole house looked like it threw up on itself. It was a mess. But I went into every room and got everything that was somewhere that it wasn't supposed to be and put it in one spot. Like in my living room, everything went on the couch, and in my bedroom, everything went on my chair. And then I can see it as one cohesive pile that I need to attack instead of just utter chaos. So that's my second thing. So have your kids do their age. And if you feel good enough, put everything else in one place, and then you can attack that one place and not be so overwhelmed with the mess everywhere. I really hope that helped. It helps me. We do it every day. We have literally been doing this in my house 25 years, and it never gets old, and it always helps out. And I would love to hear if you do it, how it's helped you. So you can go to hardymom.com/contact and send me a message. There's 2 ways to do it. You can write a message, and I also have SpeakPipe where you can leave me an audio message, which is so cool. So do that. And I thank you for taking the time to join me today, and I hope you have a fabulous week.
You're health challenged, girl, I get it. Feeling anxious, depressed, don't you sweat it. You felt alone with no one to go to. Finally someone is here who gets you. So premenopausal or postpartum, all stages of womanhood, girl, we've got 'em. I've been there, I've done that too, with the Hardy Mom podcast. Yeah, I'm here for you. Tips and tricks here that will help you. There's advice from experts and interviews. Find time to be with your kids and family. I can help you get it done easily. So premenopausal or postpartum, all stages of womanhood, girl, we've got 'em. I've been there, I've done that too, with the Hardy Mom podcast. Yeah, I'm here for you.